So anyway, I kind of forgot what I was saying. He was trying to go, Deputy so-and-so and the author meet up. And in one of his actually really smart scenes, like, the author's telling him, like, I don't believe in all this shit, but weird stuff's been happening. And the deputy's like, did you tell your wife this? And he's like, no. And he's like, oh my god, what is, he like starts laughing. He's like, what is wrong? I don't want to be
there when you have to tell her.
Yeah. What is wrong with you?
All of us started laughing at that.
If I were you, I would have moved out of that house like the minute I found out about this stuff. And I'm like, you're right.
I admit that was different. You actually had someone on law enforcement that believed in the paranormal and had enough sense to know you should not move into a place where a bunch of people were murdered and the mystery was never solved.
He even gave him like a connection to that paranormal
occultist.
Yeah, occultist.
Yeah.
Yes.
A really poorly dressed occultist guy who we wear like
he likes Pink Floyd.
Yeah, he wore like a Pink Floyd shirt and like a casual jacket. It was just really weird.
Who also did a poor job reading his lines.
He did? I didn't notice.
Well, he was nervous, definitely, and like stuttered a lot.
You figured it's on a webcam, who cares? Great.
It's like
but then again, you saw the deputy was like stuttering a lot too. I think it was
because that's part of his character.
Yeah. Well, I think in both cases, because the author's really famous and they're like getting starstruck,
Pretty much.
So initially, they're flubbing their lines, but then the more they show up, the more confident they get, and the more they start to speak straight.
And in the end, they finally get their autographs, which I feel like that's the only other motive the cops had in this movie, was like, can we get your autograph?
Yeah, that's...
Even Fred Thompson wanted the autograph, and when Fred Thompson wants your autograph, I'm like, that's... saying something?
Although that scene was kind of stupid. It was, all it really proved was that he didn't want to work on the story anymore. Pretty much, it really served no purpose. They could have done without it.
Yeah, that is true. But
the only good thing I will say that the music was really
the music was very good.
It was like 9 Inch Nails-esque, but even creepier. Especially with the death scenes. The death scenes had some really weird music. Like, they weren't even singing. It was just like weird noises, like like an old person on the microphone.
Although they did get kind of
it was pretty creepy.
What's the word I'm looking for? It's like when they did that thing. They did that.
Oh,
they did that at one point when he's in the dining room, and I think it was right before the kids started appearing.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah.
I think they even had music from The Shining too.
Might as well rip off everybody.
Yeah.
I just felt there wasn't enough. I mean, to me, when the music was there,
it was good.
It was good and it worked, but then it cuts itself off at awkward moments, and it just...
Well, they did that on purpose, because
the music scare you.
Yeah, the music would be scary, and then it would stop to let you calm down, then they would put out a jump scare.
But the jump scares weren't even timed right.
Well, yeah, but that was all part of it.
Yeah.
And that's
it wants you to, like, get that false sense of security, and then, boom!
Yeah, pretty much. And that's...
I don't know, it didn't work for me.
They did that so much, and it was so repetitive. The movie was very repetitive. It was like, morning... Okay, oh my gosh, all this weird shit is happening, we have to solve it. Nighttime, you see the weird shit happen. And it just keeps following that pattern over and over again, and it's so boring.
Which is silly, because...
You could say that for a lot of horror movies, though, but they're done much better than this one.
Yeah, but the thing is like, you don't really leave the house. Like, in one scene, he's having a fight with his wife, and she says, I don't want to live here anymore, I don't want to be in an area where the neighbors look at me weird, and all this weird stuff's happening to our kids. And I'm just thinking... That's really cool.
But we don't know any of these neighbors.
Why can't we see this? All we see is him at home looking at these videos. We don't see, I would have loved to have seen that, how the town interacts. Just being like, you're cursed or something. And they say that the kids got in trouble at school for different things. I would have liked to have seen that. One of the kids draws a creepy picture. I want to see, but you don't.
I'm assuming it was on a budget or something.
That could be.
That would explain the lack of lighting.
And what's even odder about that, going what you said with, nighttime, daytime, they show, like, on the projector that I think 1 or 2 of the murders happened during the day.
I think so.
So why, why do we... Yeah, the hangings happened during the day.
Yeah. Right. True. I don't know, because killings are more creepy when it's at nighttime.
Yeah.
Maybe it was, like, just early morning or something.
I don't know.
Whatever the case, it was like... there was daylight in that one shot, so I don't know why they needed to make everything during the night except just to scare everybody.
I guess. I don't know. It's just basic, boogeyman horror stuff. It's really, really for beginners.
The more and more I think about it, the more it's like me watching The Ring, because it's like, okay, here's a guy, here's a main character who watches something, and if you watch something, you're gonna die. And it pretty much took place over the course of 7 days, if you think about it.
It's like
I don't know. It's hard to tell how time was progressing because it either happened too fast or it happened too slow.
It's like a mixture of The Ring and The Shining. So
it really
the shiny ring.
Yeah, it had no sense of timing.
The shiny ring.
But I mean, it's elements that's been used in previous films.
Definitely.
But it's been done better. Mm-hmm. It's been done better in other films. I mean, Woman in Black was better than this.
Yeah,
told a better ghost story.
That was sort of the same story.
And that even, even that movie had problems, but at least the
scares were scary.
Well, not so much the scares were scary, but also the tonality, the way it was set up, even the cinematography. Even the cinematography I thought was much better than this. I mean, it's like I've seen it, but it's been done a lot better than this.
Yeah, it's just meh.
Yeah.
Except
it's not terrible, but I wouldn't be in a hurry to see it again.
Yeah. No. Like I said, just for beginners. Yeah. If you were starting out, I would recommend this for beginners.
Yeah, speaking as a, infrequent horror fan, they said some of the jump scares were kind of shocking. Like you said, the lawnmower scene and the girl going up next to the guy's face.
That was hilarious.
But other than that, like I said, it's leaning more toward murder mystery rather than horror. So I don't know. Like to me, it's not. I don't see it being one of the greats. I see it just being, just there.
I mean, but you can be a horror movie and still tell a good mystery. Like I remember seeing The Ring, and The Ring was as much a mystery movie as well as a horror movie. It was a good mesh of the two genres, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, I love mysteries. The thing is, like, the mystery with this really was pretty predictable. I mean, you already knew where it was leading up to. The only twist was that it's, at the end when they revealed it was the kids that were doing the killings, not the boogie guy.
The only I'm sorry.
But yeah, it's like everything else, though. I mean, you knew what the guy looked like. You knew how these families were ended up dead. There really wasn't that much shock and really not much to, like, really figure out.
The only twist is who was filming before all the killing started.
I know, that's the only
twist.
And they even ask that in
they do. Yeah. And he doesn't answer it, so.
I mean, I did sort of think maybe the kids were doing it, because you do see in the family that was killed by the lawnmower that they're being filmed, from outside. So it's making me think that maybe it's the kid was forced to do lawn work and he didn't want to do it, and he's watching his family sit inside, having a good time without him. That's what caused him to want to kill them with the lawnmower. Mm-hmm. But then again, there are other films where they show the kids in the video. So
yeah, before all the bad stuff
Yeah,
happens.
So who recorded it?
Maybe I guess the boogeyman day's like, so this is my newest victims. Oh, look how cute they are.
Yeah, it's like, I guess maybe he, like, catches them in time, like, with the girl swinging. Maybe her father told her that she was swinging too much or whatever and told her to get off, hence why she was swinging on him at the end. Or the kid swimming in the swimming pool, like, his parents yell at him saying he's been in the water too long and needs to get out, hence why he dumped them both in the pool to drown. Stuff like that.
Like I said, it's pretty much up to interpretation.
Mm-hmm.
If you really want to.
Yeah.
If you really care that much.
I had to say that those are some fucked up kids, though.
I guess. I don't know. I don't understand why is that scary? That's not scary. Like,
I don't think it's intended.
I think
it's just,
it's just that
creepy factor?
Not that, yes, but it's also that, like, part of that ritual, I guess.
But it's just
part of that, what's the thing? It's like a calling card, Like with the mark.
Yeah, they had a cult symbol.
And I also want to mention, I don't know if it necessarily did or didn't happen that way, but I had this suspicion that the mark, when they show, he has this background of, You know, he starts doing this police work, and he's got photos, he's got a map, and he's got yarn on the map to represent, you know, where all the murders happened, how far away, yada, yada, yada. I thought that yarn work was eventually going to turn into the symbol.
But they didn't show it.
Yeah.
But they didn't show
They
that.
didn't show it, but it kind of started... It did sort of start to look that way, if you really take a look at it.
If they ever do a sequel, they got to show that.
They can't do a sequel. It's too boring.
Like I said, I'm not in a rush to find out.
Boring. You can see a movie better than this with this, like, almost the same story at, like, I don't know, you're on TV or your local video store, whatever.
Or Netflix.
Yeah.
So, final verdict?
Meh.
It's a pass, to be honest.
As I said,
it's been done.
It's just for beginners. Definitely for beginners.
It's not terrible, but I'm not in a rush to see it again.
Yeah, not bad, not good, just...
I bet the soundtrack is awesome.
It's been done in other movies, and done a lot better.
Yeah.
Alright, so... So, next time... For the next movie we do.
Probably Wreck-It Ralph.
I would say that too, yeah.
Yes, let's move away from the horror genre a bit. Let's get into a bit more lighthearted stuff.
Yes.
But it's October. Shouldn't we continue with the Halloween?
No, don't worry. You will.
Who's filming this?
In the meantime, though, I'm Cat T Critic.
I'm Y2 Staller.
I'm One Sat Morn.
And I'm your worst nightmare.
And that's Gigi.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.